Hi everybody, my name is Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
And we are the Yahoo and the Torah channel, and it is a preparation day. Yay! Drum roll. Tomorrow's the Shabbat. Drum roll, guys. I still got you here. And we thank you guys very, very much for joining us. Our family is your family. Your family is our family. And we love you very much, and I hope you guys know that. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. And I have Mr. Eli here. Mr. Eli, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Good. He's a little late to this thing, but he was tasked with a project this morning, so he made it. And so it's always early. This is within the first 10 to 15 minutes that all of us get up. And so all of us aren't exactly wide-eyed and spry-tailed. We are sometimes a little groggy here. And so, but we are here nonetheless. And so today we are reading out of Aḍam and Ḥawwah. And we have, it is a really, really good book. There's definitely a lead towards Trinitarianism in that, or there was. And so today we actually changed these around to what they actually should have been, because I believe that this was one of these books that was kind of hijacked in the sense that they definitely pushed the Trinity in this. And so where we have scriptures and where we're actually controlling the manuscript, there's absolutely no reason to have it set like this. And so we put it back to the way I believe that it should have been. So let's read this and see what we see. Okay. How you guys doing?
Good.
Everyone alive?
Yep.
Everyone good? Prep day? You guys excited?
Yep.
You guys excited for Shabbat?
Yes.
Yep.
And what does Shabbat mean for you guys?
Today of rest. It's a day of no work.
Yeah, day of rest, lots of rest, because we burn the midnight oil here all the days of the week except on Shabbat, and it is a day of rest. Okay, here we go. Then Aḍam took the fig and laid it upon the golden rods. Ḥawwah also took her fig and put it up on the incense. And the weight of each fig was that of a watermelon, for the fruit of the garden was much larger than the fruit of this land.
That could be any weight. Really, watermelon. Watermelon come in all shapes and sizes.
It didn't say, yeah, well, I think we're talking like a big watermelon, because a fig...
Yeah, if you look at a fig now, it's
fig
really
is
small.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fitting in your hand. When I was like looking at pictures of figs, trying to find like large figs the other day, it's very rare. They had some of these crazy ones in California that were like, I don't know, this huge. But for the majority of them, they sit in the palm of your hand. They're not exactly big. And so I think the comparison is that it was the size of a watermelon, a big one. That'd be my guess. Okay, 3. But Aḍam and Ḥawwah remained standing and fasting the whole of that night, until the morning dawned. When the sun rose, they were at their prayers, and Aḍam said to Ḥawwah, after they had done praying, "O Ḥawwah, come, let us go to the border of the garden, looking south, to the place whence the river flows, and is parted into 4 heads. There we will pray to Elohim, and ask him to give us to drink of the water of life." We've heard about these 4 rivers before. It's actually in the book of Genesis, right? It talks about the 4 rivers that are going out there. 6. For Elohim has not fed us with the tree of life, in order that we may not live. We will, therefore, ask him to give us of the water of life, and to quench our thirst with it, rather than with a drink of water of this land.
So this water of life, it's something special for them. It's something like powerful water. It's not like water for us.
Yeah, it's different than the waters of the land. And, everything in Eden was amazing, right? I don't think there was any weeds. The animals didn't attack you. You were walking with our Creator, and it was a place of perfection. And it's not like this lands that we're at. They're not a land of not perfection, because there's perfection in everything. Even a rock, you can look at it. You can look at these rocks. You can look at the foundation of the earth. Everything our Creator has made is absolutely amazing. Had he not made the ground like we have, then you would absolutely, fall through. And, when you start digging in the ground, you have some grass up top, and then you dig down, and there's always like rocks, there's foundations, and there's things of amazing stuff that, we wouldn't be able to design, and everything that we have here is absolutely to perfection. And again, sorry for the dogs. That is the way. Hold on real quick. All right, we'll continue on. We'll attempt to. Okay. 8. And they stood and prayed before Yahuwah, and asked him to look upon them this once, to forgive them, and to grant them their request. After this prayer from both of them, Aḍam began to pray with his voice before Elohim, and said, "O Yahuwah, when I was in the garden and saw the water that flowed from under the tree of life, my heart did not desire, neither did my body require to drink of it. Neither did I know thirst, for I was living. and above that which I am now. So that in order to live, I did not require any food of life, neither did I drink of the water of life. But now, O Elohim, I am dead. My flesh is parched with thirst. Give me of the water of life, that I may drink of it and live. Of thy mercy, O Elohim, save me from these plagues and trials, and bring me into another land different from this, if thou will not let me dwell in thy garden. So he's looking for another house, right? He's looking for another place. He's not happy with his cave of treasures that he has. He doesn't like the world that he is in right here. And coming from a land of paradise, you're not going to.
Right, it's going to be a lot different.
Absolutely. Okay, 42, verse 1. Then came the word of Elohim to Aḍam, and said unto him, O Aḍam, as to what thou sayest, bring me into a land where there is rest. It is not another land than this, but it is the kingdom of Shamaim, where alone there is rest. But thou canst not make thy entrance into it at present, but only after thy judgment is past and fulfilled. Then will I go to thee, go up into the kingdom of the Shamaim. Hold on, let me retry that. Then I will make thee go up into the kingdom of the Shamaim, thee and thy righteous seed, and I will give thee and them the rest thou askest for at present. Sorry, for some reason that was difficult reading. So here's the word of Yah, right? Coming back to him, and he says, "There's only this land. We don't have anything else. You're not going to get anything else. And the kingdom that we're looking for, right? That is what he's talking about, the kingdom of the Shamaim, and that is where we have to, and we're all trying to get to, and we get there by the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator and the faith of Messiah Yahushua." All right. 5. And if thou saidest, give me of the water of life, that I may drink and live, it cannot be this day, but on the day that my bin shall descend into hell, and break the gates of brass, and bruise in pieces the kingdoms of iron. And there we go. That was this morning. It was Trinitarian prior to this, and now it is not. It sounds a little better, right? 6. Then will I in mercy save thy soul and the souls of the righteous, to give them rest in my garden. And that shall be when the end of the world is come. And again, as regards the water of life thou seekest, it will not be granted thee this day, but on the day that my bin shall shed his blood upon his head in the land of Golgotha. And again, this morning this is what God said. He said, I'm going to shed my blood. I'm going to do all this.
Yeah,
this is where
you definitely know there's definitely man start like Friday and like 2 days.
Definitely, yeah. And when we're done with this final script, we'll take a Fridays out of it. It will actually have 6 day. We haven't actually proofread this as of yet. We're actually proofreading it with you, at least a first attempt. Okay, 8. For his blood shall be the water of life unto thee at that time, and not to thee alone, but unto all those of thy seed who shall believe in him, that it be unto them for rest forever. Then Yahuwah said again unto Aḍam, O Aḍam, when thou wast in the garden, these trials did not come to thee. But since thou didst transgress my commandment, all these sufferings have come upon thee. Now also, does thy flesh require food and drink? Drink then of the water that flows by thee on the face of the earth. Then Elohim withdrew his word from Aḍam, and Aḍam and Ḥawwah worshipped Yahuwah, and returned from the river of water to the cave. It was noonday, and when they drew near to the cave, they saw a large fire by it. All right, we'll do one last chapter here. And it begins like this. Then Aḍam and Ḥawwah were afraid and stood still, and Aḍam said to Ḥawwah, What is that fire by our cave? We do nothing in it to bring about this fire. We neither have bread to bake therein, nor broth to cook there. As to this fire, we know not the like, neither do we know what to call it. But ever since Elohim sent the cherub with a sword of fire that flashed and lightened in his hand, from fear of which we fell down and were like corpses, have we not seen the like. But now, O Ḥawwah, behold, this is the same fire that was in the cherub's hand, which Elohim has sent to keep the cave in which we dwell. O Ḥawwah, it is because Elohim is angry with us and will drive us from it. O Ḥawwah, we have transgressed his commandment in that cave, so that he had sent this fire to burn around it, to prevent us from going into it. If this be really so, O Ḥawwah, where shall we dwell? And whither shall we flee from before the face of Yahuwah? Since as regards the garden, he will not let us abide in it, and he has deprived us of the good things thereof. But he has placed us in this cave, in which we have borne darkness, trials, and hardships, until at last we found comfort therein. But now he has brought us out into another land. Who knows what may happen in it? And who knows but that the darkness of the land may be far greater than the darkness of this land? Who knows what may happen in that day, in that land by day or by night? And who knows whether it will be far or near? O Ḥawwah, where it please Elohim, where it will please Elohim to put us may be far from the garden. O Ḥawwah, or where Elohim will prevent us from beholding him. For because we have transgressed his commandment, and because we have made requests unto him at all times. So there's a lot of confusion here, right? A lot of problems. Okay, do you have anything for me?
Yeah, they're scared, right? They don't know what the fire is. They don't know what kind of fire it is, if it'll hurt them or not. They're just scared of this thing sitting at the edge of the cave.
Yeah.
So they don't know what's going on here. They went to the water. They didn't get the water. They just had a conversation with Elohim too. Yeah. They just had a conversation. So they think that like somehow, I don't know what the distance was, but whatever it is, they think that somehow Yahuwah just changed his mind, got mad at them because they still don't know the nature of Yah, right? He just said, I'm going to take care of you guys. You'll enter, when my son comes down and die for you, everything will be all right. Don't worry about it. I'll take you back to the thing. And he thinks Yahuwah's trying to, like, cook them alive.
Yep. Okay, 10. O Ḥawwah, if Elohim will bring us into a strange land other than this, in which we find consolation, it must be to put our souls to death and blot out our name from the face of the earth. O Ḥawwah, if we are farther estranged from the garden and from Elohim, where will we find him again? And ask him to give us gold, incense, myrrh, and some fruit of the fig tree. Where shall we find him to comfort us a second time? Where shall we find him that he may think of us as regards the covenant he has made on our behalf? Then Aḍam said no more, and they kept looking, he and Ḥawwah, towards the cave, and at the fire that flared up around it. But that fire was from Satan, for he had gathered trees and dry grasses, and had carried and brought them to the cave, and had set fire to them, in order to consume the cave and whatever was in it. So the Aḍam and Ḥawwah should not be left in. Aḍam and Ḥawwah should be left in sorrow, and he should cut off their trust in Elohim and make them deny him. But by the mercy of Elohim, he could not burn the cave, for Elohim sent his messenger round the cave to guard it from such a fire until it went out. And this fire lasted from noonday until the break of day. That was the 45th day.
So it lasted a long time.
It lasted a long time. It was a big fire, and we know from fires down here in South America that it is once it takes off, it takes off. But we also know that we also had supernatural protection, and we had messengers that put the fires out here on our land, right in the middle of dry grass. And so we know that this same story, as supernatural as it sounds, it has actually happened to us, and we have seen this. We have seen all of this happen, and so we know the power of Yah. We know the power that he has, that his messengers are working for him at all times, and they are probably around us at all times, and as well as the forces of darkness. So when we are looking for the kingdom to come, scriptures say that Satan wars with the Torah keepers. He hates Torah keepers. And if we are those people that are Torah keepers, understand that Hasatan is going to light these fires and try to get us killed, but also understand that the power of our Creator is that he will save us, and he will try to save us, and not try to, he will, if that is his will. And so this is the best time that we could get into the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator. The laws, statutes, and commandments are found no other place than Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. There is nothing else. If you're taking anything else, if you're taking Judaism or Catholicism or you're Baptist or Mormonism or whatever it is, even Seventh-day Adventists, they only keep one commandment, right? You're violating Deuteronomy 4:2, which says we cannot add to or take away from the Torah. And so when we have the Torah, the foundation that we have, then the work of the Messiah has become very, very clear. And the work of the Messiah is that he went and he walked this Torah perfectly. He was killed, walking it perfectly, and he became our blood sacrifice. This is what the ultimate blood sacrifice was. So we do not need these kind of sacrifices in this world right now. And he is our Melchizedek priest. He came, he did it, and he did it to perfection. And that is why he earned his spot ruling. That is why the Son of the Most High, Yahushua, is going to be our leader, and why it is an amazing time in our world and our life that we can follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. We have scriptures at our hand. We have everything that we need, from people on YouTube, which are usually wrong, to the scriptures, which are 100% right before us. And all we have to do is read them, and all we have to do is try to understand them. And it gives us everything from creation all the way to the very end times. And it's following the script perfectly. Everything that is going on right now is forecasted. It's all been in Revelations. We all see it. We see darkness and we see evil that is overtaking this world, and we see a world of the LGBTQRSTNE people that are just demoralizing what is left of manhood and families in the United States and across the world. And that is the forces of evil. That is darkness overtaking everything. And our Messiah is coming. The time is coming. And we either are going to be ready and we're going to have our lanterns full, or we're not going to be ready and your lanterns won't be full. And if you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, if you have not written them on your heart, mind, and soul, if you're not keeping them as part of your life, you are absolutely not ready. It is not a raise your hand at 8 years old and you are saved. It is nothing like that. It is a path. It is a walk. And sometimes that walk is hard. Sometimes it's very, very hard. But it's something that we absolutely must keep, and we must show that we are willing to do whatever it takes to get to this kingdom, because we have been given everything. And there's no reason we can't give obedience back to our Creator and give him the same kind of love that he gave us. So we have all been designed perfectly. He gave us life. He breathed into us the gift of life. And we are here right now. And if you're hearing this, that is a blessing that our Creator has done such an amazing thing for you and for me. And all praise and all glory needs to go to him. All praise and glory needs to go to his Son, who is a separate entity, is not a Trinity thing. And guys, with that, I think we'll wrap up. And we love you guys very, very much. Tomorrow is a Shabbat at sunset. Today the Shabbat begins. And so this is where we need to get in line. Those who are keeping Shabbat are the ones who are part of the kingdom to come. And it's not just Shabbat, but it's the rest of the commands as well. We have a live service tomorrow at 11 o'clock, whatever time that is your time. And we hope that you guys will join us. We love you guys very, very much. And we hope you have a wonderful day.
All right.
Shalom.